if we've got two functions, f of x and g of x, are continuous at x equals a, so we're given that, then certain combinations of f of x and g of x can also be continuous. So the first one is just the addition or subtraction of the two functions, so f of x plus or minus g of x, also continuous at x equals a. So given that the individual functions are continuous at x equals a, well, you can add and subtract those two functions, add or subtract the two functions, and that'll also be continuous. You can also multiply the two functions, f of x times g of x is also continuous at x equals a. Multiply by a constant, k times f of x is also continuous at x equals a. And also f of x over g of x is also continuous if g of a is unequal to 0. Obviously you can't have divisibility by 0, so in general, if these are continuous at x equals a and g of a is not equal to 0, then f of x over g of x will be continuous. So you can use that little bit of knowledge in combining functions together to see if functions are continuous. Some you should know all x, polynomials. Now, polynomial is like 3x to the fourth plus 22x squared minus 1. That's a polynomial to an integer power, positive power. So polynomial can up to any degree. So all of those are continuous. So it doesn't matter what value of x all polynomials are. Sin x and cos x, they will be continuous over all x, and e to the x or b to the power of x would be as some constant. They'll also be continuous. So over all x, over the whole domain, these types of functions are continuous. X is greater than 0. Your log functions, log to base 10 of x, so we don't write that, or ln x. So they are continuous, and bearing in mind you don't have the log of negative numbers, so x has got to be greater than 0. X is greater than or equal to 0 is square root of x, so that function there is continuous for all x greater than or equal to 0. So those ones are worthwhile. So this is continuous. Continuous over all x. So that goes down to there. Okay, so those little facts are probably worthwhile keeping your eye on as you work through. If you've got these functions continuous at x equals a, well, those combinations of those are also continuous at x equals a. And in general, polynomials of this form will be continuous over all x. Sin x and cos x are always continuous over all x, and e to the x or b to the power of x is also continuous over all x. And then we've got a shortened domain here, x is greater than 0, or x is greater than or equal to 0, we've got root x.